Hey, this is Coach Marty,
And this is Lori.
and it's time for That Sports Couple.
What?
Brought to you by
Diamond Distributing.
Colonial Exterminating Company,
Edward Jones, C. Robert Hemel.
Wendy Benedetto, Matter in Blue,
Sports Pub, Dusterhand.
Adam Roussel, Riverbend, Chiropractic, Tri-Bears Trophies,
The Seafood Pod. Laplace Glassworks. Welcome to That Sports Couple, Season 2, Episode 4. Right? It's
week
week
of the
4. I'm Lori Lyons, your longtime sports writer, and this is Coach Marty Luquette, the longtime baseball coach. And we're here to just kind of keep you up to date on what's happening in River Parish's football right now.
And that's what's fun. Good time. Some surprises. Some teams playing really well, and some teams that are still trying to find their identity. And of course, this week the River Parish's Bayou District is going to start district play.
And the big matchup, there's a big matchup. Well, people always ask sports writers what's the best game they ever went to. That one's easy. East St. John, Destrehan, 5 overtimes, blue deadline. We were all screaming in the press box, but boy, it was fun. That was a crazy one.
That was a good one. You've had some good ones.
I know.
The Shaw Destrehan game in the playoffs.
Yeah. And I was trying to give play-by-play, and I went, ah! And Marty went, what happened?
We decided to do St. Aug and Honville because it was going to be such a powerhouse game, and you went to do Shaw and Destrehan, and your game was, I don't know, 47, 45.
And he called me right before the end, well, at the end, and we were still playing. And this is why I don't do radio.
You got to remember, I was coming off a really good 6-0 game.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was. Huh?
Yeah, it was the worst game, most boring game. I was doing the radio for WYAW, the big Wadu.
WADU, the big Wadu, and Laplace no longer ain't there no more.
Ain't there no more.
And but I was at the Destrehan Shaw game, and he called me and he said, "What's the score?" And I said, "Well, it's not over yet." And there was like a play. I don't even remember. Y'all remember this stuff. There was a play at the end zone, and I do believe it was incomplete. And I said, "He's rolling, he's throwing, ah!" And Marty went, "What happened?"
We had a whole press box of people listening to
I was not
her over the phone.
That's why I don't do radio or TV.
And she screams, and we're all like, "Did he catch it? Did he not catch it?" She's screaming because Destrehan won. She's screaming because they lost. Well,
That was crazy.
And it ended up being, I think they did.
It's in my book.
I think they did. Well, I can't wait for your book, your real book.
It's coming. I'm working on it.
I know you are.
I'm working on it.
I know you are.
I'm naming names too.
Oh, some stories you better not.
Some of them are good stories.
That's what I know about Honda High.
Oh yeah. Anyway, do you notice anything different, Coach Luquette?
No, I still look handsome as ever, but your hair's a little short.
It is a little short. I got tired of wearing a messy bun on top of my head all the time and being in the pool, and I cut it off. I went to Salon Stylish in Destrehan. Miss Heather Sutton said, "You sure?" I said, "I'm ready to cut it off." I said I was going to do it after Laura's wedding, and I did. So
you know what? It grows back.
It will.
It will grow back
Quickly. Yeah, but now when it falls out, I only have little short ones instead of those big long ones.
Good point. Good point.
I like it. I feel like I've lost 5 pounds. I wish I'd lost 5 pounds, but anyway.
It's been an exciting week for us around here as we finally got our ceiling.
We have a ceiling.
in the kitchen fixed after.
We also have cement dust everywhere. In the cereal boxes, in the dishes, in the pots, the cups, down the sink, in the laundry. It's everywhere.
It doesn't get water from down the sink and become cement.
That would be our luck.
Yeah, that would.
My piano, I dusted today. And
Made that far, huh?
it made it that far all the way to the living room. There was cement dust. Like you could come write your initials and anything in my house right now.
Well, we're almost done. We're getting close to the finish.
Knock wood quickly.
She's been, and because of that, I have been staying home and not driving, and my Uber, and just kind of hanging out around the house. And you know, you got people working in your house, you're not going to leave. And so I've been following baseball, Major League Baseball, real close. And
Our thoughts and prayers go out to David Fry from
Yeah.
Northwestern State.
uh,
Guardians? No. Washington.
Yeah.
Washington player that took one to the face yesterday.
yes,
It was not pretty.
you know, but this is the last week of the regular season.
Is it?
Yes, Sunday is the last day, and so there's like 5 games left. And I wasn't a big fan of the extended wild cards, but boy, it sure makes it fun down the last week as teams are falling and going. Probably the biggest drop has been the Detroit Tigers, who had a 15-game lead
Oh, yeah, you told me.
over the Indians 6 weeks ago. That lead disappeared, and they lost so many games and they're fighting for that. And the loser may not even make the playoffs. So you can have a 15-game lead got away from you, and you end up on the outside, depending on whether the Astros can win their last couple games. So it's just,
I want to root for this.
I don't know. Toronto had a 6-game lead 2 weeks ago, and now they're dropping, and the Yankees caught them today, and so they're tied for first. And the winner will get a week off. Doesn't have to play in the wild card round. That's huge. So you know, there's 5 games left, and they're tied. So there's lots of baseball, good baseball stuff going on, and big players stepping up. Aaron Judge hit his 50th home run today, which puts him.
Every time I see him, like every time there's a game on and I see him at bat, he hits a home run. It's like, that's what it feels like.
Well, Cal Raleigh leading baseball at 58, and Schreiber's got 55.
Dang,
You know, and
that's a lot of homers.
Otani's got 53, and Judge hit his 50th. So it's exciting time. That's a lot of home runs, but you know the game has changed. That's all they swing for now.
Are the Astros good this year?
The Astros were in first place not that long ago, but they've dropped a whole series to Seattle and fell out. They're 4 games back with 5 games to go, and they're fighting for that last playoff spot, so they might miss it too.
It's kind of been like, if you live around here, we've all kind of rooted for the Astros because it's the closest one to us. And they were Zephyrs minor league for a long time.
Well, they were.
And they were the Brewers.
And they were unlovable losers, and it was easy to root for
And
them.
then they had the whole cheating thing, and
Yeah.
everybody hates them.
And then they got good, you know, and then the cheating scandal didn't help, and so then they became, you know, the bad boys of baseball, and people still boo them over that, you know, especially the Dodgers.
Oh, well, you love the Dodgers.
I love good players that play well, and the Dodgers have that team. They have no bullpen. They are the worst bullpen in America.
Oh,
Second, maybe only to the Yankees. Bullpen.
and that's your other favorite team.
Yeah, and the Pirates. Paul Skeens pitched his last game of the year today. He
My
was
friend Doug Ireland is a Pirate.
he
fan.
was 10-10. Okay, he's 10-10 for the season. He's leading baseball in ERA. With his ERA is going to finish. He's going to finish the season with
the lowest ERA
the lowest ERA in baseball with 1.93
on a team
that's terrible, and he went 10-10. Today he was leading when he left, and they blew the lead, and they ended up winning the game, but they blew the lead. He doesn't get the win, and it's happened like 6 times. So you can only do what you can do. You can only do what you can do. You know.
And you know my other favorite team is.
Who's your other?
It's a habit. The San Francisco Giants.
Well, they were in the race too till they ran into the Dodgers. Dropped a series with the Dodgers, and turned around, dropped a series with the Diamondbacks, who are fighting their way to them. So
I really only like one Giant, but I did become a Giants fan back then.
right, people go Giants.
There you go. He was a nice guy. Leave him alone. Okay, so let's talk about River Parade. We talked about the world. our kitchen. My pool is blue. Look, there's no football weather yet.
Nope.
Nope, but knock wood, no hurricanes either.
That's right.
Yes, take
Well,
it.
I had a long talk about that in my life group yesterday.
Yeah, what, no
About
hurricanes?
no hurricanes and why, you know, but who cares?
Thoughts and prayers?
Look, one of the things about living in South Louisiana, that when I first came here, and I've been here now for, since 1978, is that I just hate having to evacuate. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you something. I did not evacuate my entire life until George. That was the first time we evacuated. And it took us like 10 hours to get to Baton Rouge from Norco. No, it was George. That was the
Baton
first
Rouge,
one.
that's right.
We went to my sister's in
Right.
Baton Rouge, and the whole family was there. It was,
Yeah, so next time we went to Houston.
yes. And it was a 12-hour trip to Houston with my in-laws and a baby that was potty training.
Hurricane Jane.
That was Ivan. And then Katrina, and when we came back from Katrina, our daughter was 4. She was about to start the 4-year-old program at Norco Elementary. And when they did, she came home from school one day, and I said, "So what did you do at school?" And she said, "We played evacuation." They have like a little house with all the, to learn about a house, and they packed it up and left. And I said, "Well, I guess that's their way of dealing with the situation. We played evacuation."
Take what you like and get
What do you take? That's the hardest part. What do you take? Do you take the heirloom silver? Do you take the wedding china? Do you take the photo albums? Do you take all your awards and trophies? What do you take?
the dogs,
The
the clothes, and out of here.
Yeah, but I don't pack. I panic pack.
I know.
And so
Why I didn't let you pack for Ivan.
yes, if I wanted to teach school, I would have been perfect. I would have been set because I had all my school clothes for the week, but I had no shorts. No, we had to go to Walmart.
Well, we were going to stay, and it was supposed to go more to the west.
This was Ida, the last.
Yeah, and I panicked at the last minute,
We're leaving.
and I grabbed all the laundry we had done all week and put it in the car, put blankets and pillows, and threw the dogs in there.
Mojo van.
And took the van, and I called Lori. I got Lori. I said, "Let's go. We're leaving." We got 20 minutes.
Drove to Natchitoches.
We drove to Natchitoches, but glad we did.
And we still have like screens to fix.
People that stayed did not have fun. So
I know. And look, we did ride out. I think Rita, we did, and it's not fun right now. I rode out Andrew and Rita.
and you talk about disruptive football season.
I know. Knock wood. Again, we haven't had that happen this year. No rain outs. No, not even a rain night.
At Riverside, they took off the press box.
Yes.
St. Charles Catholic, you lost all their lights.
Days after I cleaned it.
Yeah. So it was, there was lots of damage. Everybody on the river.
We got a new roof.
Everybody on the river had, all the schools were set back.
I lost the garage.
Were set back. So it was, we're talking about schools here. You talking about our house.
I'm just thinking out loud. All right.
Well, it was a fun week.
It was.
We stayed home and I flipped channels. Well, actually, I did flip the channels. We had one game on the TV, one game on my iPad, one game on my phone.
Well, and since I'm kind of writing for, I'm writing for the Shreveport, Alexandria, and Shreveport Rapids and Natchitoches journals, which are on your www. I kind of paid attention. Well, I did pay attention to the Destrehan Alexandria game. That was a fun one to watch. Not if you're a Wildcats fan.
Well, it was still fun. 2 good teams. You go ahead. You wrote it.
I don't remember. Well, what happened?
2 good teams battling. Turnovers ended up. Long return.
And there was a controversial play at the end where the clock did not stop on an incomplete pass. And I think everybody in Destrehan thinks they probably should have had 1 second to try one more play, but the referee said, we're ready to go home. And so they did not allow them. But Destrehan had an opportunity at the end But there were some big plays in that game. The blocked field goal that was returned for a touchdown.
That was the turn.
That was the turning point.
Destrehan's going to kick a field goal and go ahead by 2 scores, and they block it and pick it up and run it for a touchdown. So it ends up being a 10-point flip.
Right.
In a game that ends up being a 6-point game.
Right.
So,
and it was tied at halftime, wasn't it? Yeah. So that was a tough one for the Destrehan Wildcats.
Yeah. So, but it was a good game and good teams, good players, lots of good players.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you talk to Coach Scott, he talked about scheduling Catholic High, them to get his team ready to play playoffs.
Right.
Let me play good teams now. Because, his district's okay, but they're not that quality. And he wanted to be ready for the playoffs. So he played good teams. And you get answers when you play good teams. He played Bonneville in between those 2 games. He won that one by 33 points. And he don't learn anything from those.
Right.
You push people around and you think, oh, yeah, we're pretty good until you get against somebody good and find out you're not.
It's all about the schedule. I got a guy in Natchitoches right now. He's 0-3. He said he's never been 0-3 in his life before. High school, college, nothing. Never been 0-3. Doesn't know how to deal with it. And it's the person who was the coach before him made the schedule.
I've been 0-3. I coached at a team. I coached 2 years at Kennedy High School. We never won a game. 0-20.
0-20.
So I left there. I went to Old Perry Walker, who was very good. No, I'm talking about football.
Oh, football.
And we were 0-20. And when I transferred to Old Perry Walker, they were very good. And we lost the first 3 games. They blamed me. They said, Luke, you're never going to win a game.
The bad luck time.
And we ended up 7-3 because we were really good. And we made the playoffs.
Not that you need to schedule cupcakes, but you want to schedule teams that give your team some confidence, right?
Well, and sometimes you just want to get answers. Like that year at Walker, we played Shaw, Eric, and the third game was Brother Martin. So, I mean, we played really good teams, and we lost them, and we had really good players. And we had to come back with next 7. But it happens, Well, a school that has a lot of pride and really tremendous history is East St. John, and they're going through that. They're going through that time right now.
Maybe I should get them to college.
They played against this week against Hammond High and got beat 37-7. So they start the season 0-3. Yeah, they're struggling.
And he's trying so hard, and he's instilled so much pride over there, Coach Brown, and you can't help but hurt for him.
And it's a tough place to coach because those guys are not patient either.
All right,
The
but
fans,
and you lose kids to other schools, and we're rooting for you, East St. John. Come on, man. Gotcha.
The next game was Hondo 28, Edie White 7.
I was a little.
No, that's an impressive win.
I know that's an impressive win. I don't know. I guess I kind of.
Edie White has got a real good team.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
But Hondo forced some turnovers and ran the football. When you can do those things, you can be successful. And we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit more about Hondo when we get to next week's game.
Okay.
And then Letcher got their first win of the season.
Liberty.
Who's also a really up-and-coming program. And Letcher was able to pull that one out. Scored late and then win 27-20 in a back-and-forth game. And Liberty's a power in Baton Rouge, so that was a nice win for them.
Something else before they were Liberty?
No,
I don't know.
I think they were Lee.
Okay. Well, now that makes sense.
And then you have Riverside in a nice win against Prairieville.
Yep.
Prairieville has, still looking. They don't have any seniors yet.
Right.
They were much improved, and they have the same guys playing next year. They're going to be really good.
Right.
The same guys playing for 2 years in a row, and but they're getting bigger and stronger. They had won a game earlier in the year, but Riverside played really good, and Boogie Johnson was just incredible. He was.
Oh yeah.
He was all over the place, making plays on offense and defense. So it was fun to watch Boogie, and he's a fine player. Another nice win. I'm gonna let you talk about this one.
St. Charles Catholic.
St. Charles Catholic. Coach Wayne said he thought we'd be back. Well, they're back. I got news for you. As they pull off a 27-21 win over Dunham.
And last week, if you watched or listened, you heard Marty talk about the Dunham quarterback, Elijah Haven. I think their first name was Elijah, who was like the top prospect for next year.
He is the #1 rated player in the country for 2027.
Yeah, well, St. Charles Catholic said, we're going to intercept you 3 times. He was 15 of 28 for 315 yards. He did throw 3 touchdowns, but he threw 3 interceptions.
You remember when Brett Favre was a young quarterback? He used to try to throw everything through you. He thought he could throw it so hard that only his guys would get there. Well, this kid reminds me of him. He forces a lot of balls. He forces balls into places he shouldn't, but sometimes he completes them because his arm is that live.
Well, they did have to hold him off because on the last play, Dunham did the old looking laterals, and they had 6, and they got to the St. Charles 15 before St. Charles finally said, "Okay, that's enough of that."
Isn't that always fun to watch?
No, as a sports writer, yes, but no, because you have to try and keep track of how many people, who touched the ball, who scores, who threw it.
That fact that 6 laterals.
6.
Believe me, they went back on the film to get that.
Haven did have a 58-yard run that was pretty impressive. Brooks Monica and Jaira Hall had, I believe, had touchdowns. Oh, the game was, I don't know what that even means, but okay, I can't read my own notes. Skylar Edwards, the running back for Skylar Edwards, the running back for St. Charles Catholic, ran for 158 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He's very good.
Who?
Skylar.
Skylar. Oh, yeah,
very, very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Excellent. So, St. Charles, way to go. Good job.
West St. John played Donaldsonville 47-14. They got beat.
Still struggling a little bit.
They are. They got their numbers, and now they just need to put it together.
When we get to district,
That's what Coach told us. And then the game of Lori's Day, Terrebonne 28, St. James 8.
It was a good one. But Quincy Adams kind of rolled over them, and I don't think St. James could figure out how to stop them. That was a good one.
And 2 good teams, 2 undefeated teams. Well, we're going to find out this week.
Oh, okay.
It's Terrebonne, Hollandville.
Tigers and Tigers.
Tigers against Tigers and running against running.
Where is it?
The game is at Terrebonne. But both teams like to run. They'll probably play it in about an hour and 15. If they have their way, they'll never throw the ball.
There you go.
But they both like to run it. They both have good backs. It's going to be fun to watch. It'll be the first test. Coach Boyne, when we talked to him, said that he knew his first 2 weeks were going to be fairly easy, and that he said Edie White and this game were going to be, talk to me after those 2, and I'll tell you how we're going to be. Well, he played very well against Edie White, and then and now we got Terrebonne. So that's going to be our feature game of the week.
Look, not that I'm really like rooting against Honville, but it's really nice when your school, has a breakthrough year. Like they went to the Dome, like in 82 or 83 or something. And how y'all have all your schools, you have banners like championships and runners up. We have one for track, I think. And I believe my father was on the track team that won 1950, 50, 49, 50. That when we were in the gym for the pep rally last year, I said, look at the banners. There's like nothing.
You have a dry spell like the Chicago Cubs.
Come on, man.
80 years without a championship in any sport. Our other games this week are
Big rivalry game.
Destrehan at East St. John.
Destrehan at East St. John.
Give us some stats. Give us some
Destrehan.
Give us some history, Lori Lyons.
Destrehan has won the last 5. Last year's score was Destrehan 39, East St. John 16. East St. John last one in 2019, 14-13. Look, there have been some classics, including, I think it was in
They
95.
had one in the rain not that
Oh,
far back
God.
ago that was really fabulous.
Well, the 5, well, it's hard to match the 5 overtime game at Joe Keller Stadium. And it was crazy. I still remember that game. It was wild.
And of course, we have Hornville, Terrebonne. We talked about that.
Hornville Terrebonne. Let's see. Hornville won last year 51-32. By the way, Quincy Adams had 3 touchdowns last week. So that's who they got to work on.
So that's going to be one of our feature game. Assumption at Letcher.
Last year, Letcher. Last year, the score was 48-0.
And then we have Riverside at St. Thomas Aquinas, who's playing much better this year than they did last year.
Yeah, but Riverside beat them 67-0 last year.
Well, let's see how much better they are. 67-0 is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
De La Salle and St. Charles Cap.
I've covered a couple of those
Are
too.
good games.
They played one. It was after one of the hurricanes.
Mhm.
They played it at Joe Keller Stadium, and I covered that game. Last year's De La Salle won 10-0.
St. Charles much better, much improved this year. That ought to be a shootout.
Yeah, St. Charles went through a little spell last year. I think they're over it. They found their gree, the mojo back. Yeah.
Ponchatoula at St. James.
That should be a good one. Last year, St. James beat Ponchatoula 35-13.
But we've already seen Ponchatoula this year, and they beat one of our team, in the river.
Yep.
And then Homa Christian at West St. John. Time for West St. John to get off the snide.
Off the what?
Snide.
I think I've heard that. Last year, West St. John.
Cut it out.
Oh, well. Last year, West St. John beat Homa Christian. Come on, Homa. 16-0. So, what does that tell you? That tells you we could have some blowouts this year, or not. Pretty much 50-50 shot, I guess, right?
We'll have one team win and then maybe the other one.
That's funny.
That's this week's schedule as we go forward, and we guess we could touch on college football a little bit.
Tulane.
We went. We didn't go.
We didn't go to that
We
one.
watched Ole Miss and Tulane.
We didn't watch a lot of it because we were saying farewell to our friend Bill Bumgarner on Saturday.
I'll rephrase this. I watched the replay
Oh, okay.
and watched Ole Miss, and you can really tell a good SEC team when they're kicking on all cylinders, and they looked really good. And this week, Ole Miss has got LSU, so it's going to be a great contest this week because that's just 2 fine quality teams. Good, one fantastic offense and one fantastic.
Well, you know what the big story is this week? This Lane Kiffin's daughter, Landry Kiffin, is dating the LSU player.
Yeah, that's got so much relevance into this game.
I know it.
It just
You know it.
it's got no relevance at all into this game.
Sure.
I did see
you know.
I did see Lane Kiffin's response.
What?
He said, "That's a fine family. He's a great kid. I'm happy that I know he knew they were dating. It wasn't a surprise.
They were sneaking around.
It wasn't a surprise. And he said he's a great kid and a great family, and and he likes him. He just wants him to lose it."
Have you seen Lane Kiffin's TikToks?
No.
His daughter, Landry, beautiful young lady, does TikToks on game day, getting ready for the game, or she's putting on her makeup, and he just sits there and watches, and they have a chat, sort of like we do, and they talk about stuff, and she'll say, "Do you know what this is, Dad?" And he'll say, "It's blush." She says, "No, it's bronzer." He says, "What's the difference?" They're really cute. They're on TikTok. They're really cute. He shows his personality. This week she called him the wallet. She said, "What are you doing, wallet?" You ready for the game?
He makes enough money. He makes a big wallet.
It's funny. They're cute.
There ain't no
You can find
SEC coaches that aren't making big bank. He's one of the top ones. So
Well, you gotta be. It's nice to see coaches with personality.
absolutely.
Coach Summerall at Tulane has personality. If you follow him on Twitter, he's hilarious. Mardi Gras Day, he tweets Mardi Gras. That's it.
Hope he has some mind.
No, just the words Mardi Gras. That's it.
He's a good guy.
He's a lot of fun.
So they're heading to Tulsa this week to start conference play. Tulsa had a big win this week, so hopefully they're flying so high they take Tulane for granted and get smoked. But
Do we want to talk about the Saints?
is that a professional football team?
Well, sort of. I like to say that the Saints, I'm in an emotionally abusive relationship with the Saints.
I think someone said it best. They said the love affair, the period of time you gave the new coach to get his act together ended in the first half last week.
Come on, really?
It was Kellen Moore's.
That was a bad game.
It was so bad that your time's up.
You can't fire a head coach after 4
I didn't say
games.
fire. I said we gave him a pass. They were bad. Okay, we're gonna see you get through preseason, but that was so bad last week.
I just saw on Facebook that Schweigman's is going to reopen so they can give everybody paper.
It was so bad that it was hard to watch.
It was difficult to watch. But we've been there before. There have been many games that have been hard to watch. Yep.
But we didn't have a channel with 14 games on it.
Good point. Red zone.
Red zone. Back and forth.
He loves red zone. I'm like, wait, who's this? Wait. No, give me a game.
Keep them coming, baby.
Unless they're not a good game. Like
Keep it coming. I want to see them.
the Dolphins and
I can only take the Saints in snippets, and the Raiders in snippets.
he likes the Raiders.
I mean, it's hard.
He follows the Raiders.
It's hard to like them. Them and the Saints right now. It's tough. But, hey, if you love football, you love football.
And I love football.
And we love football.
I love college football more.
Not only do we love football, we love you.
And we love each other.
We're wondering if you're going to catch your line.
Brought to you by Colonial Exterminating Company, a local family-owned company that will help you get rid of your termites, pests, and rodents. They're a Christ-based company looking forward to serving you.
Brought to you by Robert Hemel and Edward Jones Investing on Belterre Boulevard in La Place. Trust Robert with all your investment needs. Brought to you by La Place Glassworks, your trusted local glass company since 1984. Give us a break. We'll fix it.
All right, Lori, I know you got a joke for us. Give it to us.
Where does a football player go to get a new uniform?
Nope. Where?
New Jersey. Bye.
Brought to you by Colonial Exterminating Company, a local family-owned company that will help you get rid of your termites, pests, and rodents. They're a Christ-based company looking forward to serving you. Brought to you by Colonial Exterminating Company, a local family-owned company that will help you get rid of your termites, pests, and rodents. They're a Christ-based company looking forward to serving you. Hey, this is Coach Marty,
And this is Lori.
and it's time for That Sports Couple.
What?
Brought to you by
Diamond Distributing,
Colonial Exterminating Company,
Edward Jones, C. Robert Email,
Wendy Benedetto, Ladder and Blue,
Sports Pub, Dusterhead,
Adam Roussel, Riverbend, Chiropractic, Tri-Parish Trophies,
The Seafood Pod, Laplace Glassworks.